everybody, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Jeri-Ann. I am a stay-at-home housewife from New York who is in mid-Missouri. I like to share my life with you here on the channel. I do everything from vlogging to DIYs to decorating to shopping hauls to cooking tips to cooking recipes to cleaning tips to organizing tips. Basically, we do it all. Whatever happens in my life, you can join us. I am a 7-day-a-week, everyday vlogger of one form or another. So if you like what you see, why don't you consider clicking that subscribe button? It's right here. And when you do, a little bell will pop up. When you click that bell, you'll get a choice to pick all, none, or custom notifications. So if you pick all, they'll let you know every night I upload a video, which is usually around midnight Central Time. So I thought today I would share with you some of my favorite dollar cleaning supplies from the Dollar Tree, as well as some things that I use like hack-wise. So I put everything in a little basket here for you. Look how cute. Some of the stuff is open because I use it currently. Some of it is like doubles. You know, like I didn't show you the one that's open. I show you the new one. And I wanted to share with you everything. There is a couple of things that aren't in here. This is mostly just my kitchen cleaning hacks. I have bathroom cleaning supplies. That's a whole separate thing. That's a whole separate video. But what I have here are things that I use on a regular basis, either daily, weekly, or monthly, depending on exactly what it is. Actually, some things more than once a month. So I am old. And I'm old school when it comes to stuff like doing my dishes. So I do have a dishwasher currently, but until I was 43 years old, I washed everything by hand, and so did my parents before me. And we're very famous people for using sponges and a dish brush. Now, the dish brush is sort of a me add to my parents sort of generation thing. My dad always used a sponge. He taught me how to sanitize them, and I can show you guys how to sanitize them if you're interested. But we always liked a natural C-type sponge, like a cell sponge like this, not the fake like foam looking things. And they always have a scrunchie on them. These are Brillo's Estracel, which is like sort of my favorite. You get 2 for $1 from the Dollar Tree. They hold up really well compared to some other expensive sponges. But sometimes they sell out really quickly. And if you're lucky, sometimes you can get a 3-pack. And I like to pair that with this dollar Brillo dish brush from the Dollar Tree. And you can see this is one of the used items. But basically, to save the bacteria being built up in your sponge, I use this to scrub all the food off. If you have a garbage disposal or not, I use a sink drain catcher. And we scrape off big chunks in the garbage can. Then we use this to scrape off little bits. I love this one because it's got the flat scraper on the back, which is great for pots and pans. And then if you have to soak something, you don't have to get your hands in the mucky water. You could just scrape it out with this, rinse out the water, and then feel for any spots that you might have left behind. In combination with the sponge, I love to use these when I wash my pots. Most of my pots have a non-stick surface that you don't want to scratch. Neither one of these are abrasive, so that is a bonus. Oh, and if you're interested, what we do is once a week, we just soak this in a bleach water solution. So it's like 2 tablespoons of bleach to 2 cups of water, and you just sit it in a bowl on a sponge overnight. When you wake up the next morning, sanitized. I know some people put them in the microwave, and I occasionally put them in the dishwasher. My favorite dish soap to go with that is Dawn, and I love that you can get these little bottles of Dawn at the Dollar Tree. The reason I love them especially is because I have a in-sink soap dispenser that holds roughly 12 ounces, but this is 8 ounces of soap. And it's so easy for me to fill it. I know exactly when I'm not overfilling it. I don't fill it until I'm actually like out of soap. And you have to just fill it slowly so that you don't create a bubble that will accidentally pour the soap all over your counter. But I've gotten pretty proficient at it. I love this. This is the Dawn Platinum Special Edition. You really have to use so much less of this than you do even regular Blue Dawn. I know that there's recipes to make foaming soap out of this as well, but this is my absolute favorite. Now, the other thing that I'm not showing you here, because I only have one that I bought at Walmart, which was $1.12, so I could have really showed it to you because it still would have been a $1 hack, is in combination with ammonia. Now, when I was in New York, we used to be able to get sudsy ammonia. Here in Rolla, the best I can do is plain ammonia or lemon ammonia. And basically, if you have anything that is greasy, and I mean anything, what you can do is you could fill a dish pan with the hottest water that you come out of your tap, about a tablespoon of Dawn, as well as about a quarter cup of ammonia, and just let whatever it is sit in that water. I actually have a video on my channel, I will link in the description box down below, of a cleaning, we did that cleaning process in a redecorating video in my kitchen. So I will share that with you if you're interested to go check it out. But basically, anything that you've had in your kitchen that's been like decor, that's just been sitting and getting grease and dust on it, really all you have to do is soak it in there, come back in a couple of hours and just rinse it off, and you don't even have to wipe or scrub. So that is my hack there. And again, you get a gallon of ammonia at the Dollar Tree for $1, or you can get, I think it's actually 2 gallons that I got for $1.12 at Walmart. Again, I'm old. Remind you, I'm old. So I am a Comet girl. Comet is with bleach, so it is great for disinfecting. It also scrubs. So I have these very unique counters at my house, and look at the video here, you can see where I use a cleaner on a daily basis, but once a week I have to go in with the Comet to give it an abrasive scrub, because the daily cleanser, I can't really see because of the pattern on my counter. So what I do is I ensure once a week that I go in and I get every last bit of germs off of there. And I love Comet. This is the 20% more. This is the one you get from the Dollar Tree. I've been using it. I use it a lot, but it does last a really long time. I also use this for my bathtub. I have a video on that in my description box down as well. I have a video for that I'll link in the description box down below as well. Now, my new favorite, that's an old favorite, is Barkeeper's Friend. I was so excited that I saw Catherine from Do Another Dime find this at the Dollar Tree that I actually took the time to look for it. I never even thought to look for it before. But my mother was actually a bartender. She spent, from the time I started preschool till she had my little brother, she was a bartender, and we actually used this in the kitchen there at the restaurant. But Barkeeper's Friend isn't a cleaner, it's an abrasive cleaner, not unsimilar to Comet as far as the texture is concerned, but this is really good for stove tops. I have a solid surface glass top stove, and it works really great to get off all the stuff that's been burnt on there for a while. So I got this, and of course this one's being used as well.
So I thought I would just show you the ick of my stove. This is just one night after cooking. I take one of those Lysol reusable rags, I wet it, and I wet down the stove. You want to do the same thing with Comet. You want to wet your surface before you add your cleanser. What it does is two things, is it holds the cleanser on and then helps the cleanser activate. And then once I have it covered really well, then you're going to go ahead and take that same rag, and I'm going to work in a wax on, wax off type motion. I mean, that's what I think of when I do it. You're going to go in circular motions in both directions. This just helps you scrub less. It actually just helps you remove anything that might be stuck on there. Now you have to clean by feel, like you do really with any cleaning. So you can feel if there's any chunks of something, if you had any burn over or anything. Then I'm just going to rinse this rag really good. Like I said, it says on the package you could use it up to 20 times. But I like to clean it, keep it dry, dry it when I'm done using it, and just keep using it until I feel like it's just not coming clean anymore. And then I've folded it in quarters. I've rinsed from the back to the front, because I always feel like the front is the dirtiest. I've flipped it over, rinsed it again, and now I'm flipping it inside out just to rinse the front more, to make sure I've gotten all that cleanser out. Also in the crack, there's just like this little lip that goes around the whole stove. And it's just amazingly beautiful. I did take a clean dish towel to dry it, just so you guys could see how it looks all dry instead of waiting for it to dry. And it's just amazing. Some of that stuff was on here when I moved, but I've taken off everything that I've ever put on there. Let's put it that way.
Now, my absolute 100%, no, there's more. I have multiple favorites. It's hard to pick favorites. I guess if you're a mom, you know it's hard to pick favorites. But my absolute favorite multi-purpose cleaner is this. This is the Home Store Glass and Surface Foaming Spray Window Cleaner, or Glass Cleaner, Glass and Surface Cleaner. That's what they call it. But when I first worked at the group home, I used to work in group homes that had housekeepers because the homes were so big. And one of the things that I learned from the lady who was the housekeeper there was foaming spray cleaner, because it doesn't drip. I mean, that's the silliest thing to say, but it doesn't drip. And dripping is not only bad for like pooling and getting your surface wet, but think about it. If it's dripping down the glass, it's not really working on the stuff that's there. So the foaming cleaner is amazing for holding on. I love it for my sliding glass doors. I love it for all my mirrors in my house, but I also love it just for my daily countertop cleaning. This is what I use on the countertop on a daily basis. I use it in conjunction with either these Lysol durable kitchen wipes, which I've grown to love lately. These are sort of semi-disposable. They last a really long time, but you can rinse them quite a few times. You can't really wash them in the wash machine, but it says you can use up to 20 times. So I may have this last my entire kitchen. My kitchen's pretty big. I'm fortunate that way, but also unfortunate because I got to clean it. But I love this, but my favorite really is Dollar Tree's dish towels. Now I don't say all of them. Dish rags, excuse me. But I have quite a few of them. But this one is sort of my favorite. I picked this one up to show you. It has this sort of weavy sort of little mesh system happening in the back there, and that's great for scrubbing. What I do is I keep a dish rag on my sink. I get a new one every day, which is why I have so many. And what I do is I use this between cleaning. So if I'm cooking and I've made a spill, I'll go ahead and I'll use this with like a little Dawn on it just to clean off the area. And then I'll use this around my sink when I'm done washing the dishes. I'm one of those people, when you wash the dishes, I kind of look like I took a bath. You know what I'm saying? You might be like that. But I always have water splash up around the sink. I use this to dry. One of the best ways to keep from having to clean your stainless steel sink all the time is to dry it when it's wet. So I use this for that, and I place it on I have a double sink, and I place it on the midsection there, and I let it dry, and I replace it in the morning. I put it in the laundry basket dry, so this way, you don't create bacteria and stuff. The dish rag situation. So I know that there's a lot of concern about bacteria being spread with dish rags as opposed to paper towels. But there's a lot to consider when it comes to, do I worry about bacteria or the environment? That's why I have so many dish rags and I change them out so often. Anytime that I have something that I'm treating, whether it's an illness or if somebody's gotten sick, or now during the COVID crisis, I'll use my paper towels so that they can go into the garbage. But on a regular basis, I go ahead and I use my dish rags for cleaning. I make sure I change them out every day as to not to spread the bacteria. And we don't use an old one when we're disinfecting at the time we're disinfecting. We use a brand new one. So that's important tips from me to you that I just wanted to share. So with the current situation, any ammonia-based products will kill bacteria. They will kill, now listen to me, don't jump ahead. They will kill bacteria like salmonella. Ammonia is really great for that, but it will not kill viruses. Viruses need a bleach-based cleaner. My favorite is the Comet Classic. This is a home cleaner. It is made with bleach, so it does have a bleach smell, but it's not as strong as doing like direct bleach. What I love to use this for is, instead of Comet, sometimes I can't get powder on like down my cabinets and stuff, so I'll use this spray as like a little bit better. But I love this for my floors. So what I have is a Rubbermaid reusable mop. It looks like a Swiffer Wet Jet, except you fill the reservoir with your own cleaner and the mop head goes in the wash. And I have several mop heads that I switch out. What I love to do with this is I love to spray the floor. My mop is filled with water. I spray the floor with this, mop it, and then I squirt water on it to rinse it, because a lot of floor cleaners require rinsing. So what I do is I clean it with this, it disinfects and sanitizes in the whole bit, and then I rinse it with the sponge, and then I'm able to throw the mop head right in the wash. Unfortunately, that's not a dollar hack. That thing was about $25. And the last thing that we love using in the kitchen, sometimes if I'm out of all the other products, but it's also good for the floors in the kitchen. If I just need a quick cleanup, not a big sanitizing, is the Spick and Span Everyday Antibacterial Spray Cleaner. This is one of those things that I didn't mention if you're new here, that my mother-in-law is very sensitive to fragrance. And this is one of the very few things that have a fragrance that she can tolerate. You know, she may not use it directly on, but I can use it without upsetting her breathing. So I love this Spick and Span for like other stuff. It kills bacteria and viruses, but you know, definitely take a look. I don't know if the new virus is on there, but we use that for whenever somebody is sick in the house, and whenever I have to, like, if, you know, if I've dealt with the deliveries and all that thing, that's when I go ahead and I use that as well as the Comet Cleaner for antiviral. Okay.
So here's a couple of Dollar Tree tips that are hacks. I currently have a shower curtain tension rod underneath my cabinet to hold my bottles of spray, but you can get this towel bar, over the door towel bar from the Dollar Tree, and it holds the spray as well. If you can't or don't have room for that big tension bar, or if you only have a couple of bottles that you like to use, and it doesn't usually interfere with cabinets. The other thing is this soap holder that I use for my sponges, as well as a big tip of something that I learned in the group home is lotion next to soap. The nurses all taught me that so you don't get cracked, dry hands. And as well as my hand towel. I keep a clean hand towel that I change out every day to dry clean hands only. I keep it on the counter in a specific place so my family knows that's just for drying clean hands.
So that's everything. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I enjoyed sharing with you because I feel like I've given most of these tips like in other videos, but never together. So, and if you're new here, go ahead and click that subscribe button. You can join the family, and this way you'll always be able to be with us whenever we do all the things. And we do all the things. We do. And if you would like to share this video with friends and family, anybody you know who's interested in finding inexpensive cleaning products there at the Dollar Tree for their kitchen as well. And as always, you guys take care, God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye. So again, if you're new here, you're welcome to join the family. Just click that subscribe. Stick around to the end because we got bloopers. Oh, if you're new here, join the family. And now I can't. I lost my thought. And if you're new here, go.